877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
I think we do have a rocket ship economy right now.
Our economy is surging along. It's surging. It's a rocket ship right now.
It's just a wonderful world we're living in.
You're fine. You don't pay attention to the value of your house every day. Don't pay attention to your portfolio every day.
Whatever we were worried about, we're not worried about anymore.
We're not worried about anything anymore, are we? Welcome to Phil's Gang. My name is Phil Grande. Now, I was thinking a year ago, well, January 8th, a year ago, 2021, I started a segment every Friday. I would do it free on my YouTube channel. The unfolding of the stock market crash. Now, I told people then, I said, going all the way back to, I should say, January 16, 2018, when that crash hit, because yields were too high, interest rates were too high, they tried to taper back the amount of treasuries they were purchasing to keep interest rates down to zero, so they keep manipulating the tech stock, keep moving the tech stock market up. I said then, there's a problem here. I want everybody to mark down this date, January 16th, today. That Phil Grande said, on this date, January 16th, this is the beginning of the stock market crash. The crash will be caused by China, the FANG stocks, and by China and the FANG stocks. Exactly what's happening. Now, that was on January 16, 2018. I also explained to everybody that, I said to my members, I can't give you an exact date and time and hour the market's going to crash. But I said, that's not important. Nobody can do that because of the way the market's manipulated. As long as they keep it with QE, remember what they did 14 years ago. They set this scheme up 14 years ago. And, you can't, it's hard to beat Wall Street. It's hard to fight the tape. You hear that all the time. They set up a confidence game in 2008. It was really a simple game. After they lost $10 trillion in home equity wealth, 401k wealth, the geniuses, our owners, they made a decision. They didn't want to. They knew if they started over again and going into a recession and go back to these value stocks, high yield value stocks, it'd be really a tough deal to get those stocks moving again because we got destroyed. Because remember, you need business investment and you need high yields to drive value, but especially business investment. And who was going to, after 2008, we got whacked, nearly $11 trillion. Who was going to do business investment? They knew that was going to be tough to do. Who's going to invest in businesses? They were destroyed, for heaven's sakes. Who's going to buy new machinery and new equipment? Who's going to do that? So they decided, why don't we do this? Kind of like a Ponzi scheme. Why don't we turn around and forget business investment. Forget the value stocks where they got to have real earnings. Not only do that business investment, you got to get people to invest in these things, but we need real earnings, profits to get the stocks to go up. Let's do this. Let's go to the tech stocks. Take the tech stocks. We can control them. We can control the tech stocks. So all you have to do is keep printing money. And the more you print money, we go out and purchase treasuries. We drop the yields. And as long as you keep those yields down, artificially keep pushing them down, we can run the stock market up without any earnings. Compared to the value stocks, whether it's GE or 3M or whatever, the value stocks, we need earnings. We need a real earning. We don't need earnings. Think about it. And the proof is, in 2020, they rallied the market. 220, they rallied the market about, I think it was about 20%. And the earnings were negative. Now listen to what I'm saying. And then 2021, they rallied the market about 30%. And the earnings were negative again. Negative, I think, 31%. One year was 3 or almost 4, negative 4%. The other year was negative 31%. I don't remember which year, 2020, 2020. It doesn't matter. It shows that they could move stocks as high as they want with no profits, no earnings. That's what they did in 2014. And I said to you, going all the way back then, this isn't going to work. You got to have real earnings. You can't do this forever, but they did. They did it for 14 years. And that's when I said, we got a crash here in 2018, because I could see what was happening. Yellen in 2015, she started to raise rates. She got scared. She got petrified. She's, oh my God. We're into this thing now for 7 years, and look at the inflation. It's getting out of control. But our owners, they loved it. They knew they had the biggest and the best confidence game ever. Now, Yellen understood what a confidence game is. She also understood, since the advent of technology and the birth of what they call front-running stocks by Wall Street after the tech crash, they said, well, here's what we can do. Let's take our computers and we'll put them right down at Wall Street, right next to Goldman Sachs computers. And we'll take our other computer and put it right next to Morgan Stanley computer. And we'll front run them. Our computers will talk to each other and we'll always be ahead of the guy in the street, which they call the mark. QE became a confidence game. And nobody knew about it except the players on Wall Street. QE is like any other highly developed confidence game. It has a speculator, what Wall Street calls a mark. You hear them call you a client, but you're called a mark. They have an inside man. Now, who's the inside man in this confidence game? The Fed chair, the Fed chairman. The job of the chairman is to keep interest rates at zero. Just keep printing money, keep buying treasuries, and it goes to zero. And then, even better, they could buy their own stocks. They could give money to the CEOs of companies. The CEOs of companies go buy their own stock, but before they bought their own stock, they'd have stock options. So when they bought their own stock and the stock shot from $20 to $70, they made the difference in stock options. This was a confidence game. But are we coming to the end of it? You betcha. And I told you that on January 16, 2018. A year ago, I started on January 8, 2021. My segment called Every Friday I Did It, free, The Unfolding Stock Market Crash. But what you're seeing now is not so much the market crash. You're starting to see an end of a confidence game where we had an inside man, the Fed. That's now Powell. Before that, it was Yellen and Bernanke, whose job, remember the inside guy in these schemes, is to keep feeding the market optimism and hope and belief that the market will never come down. And who did that? Fake Business News Network. So where are we now? What's really going on? We shouldn't be surprised at all. More when I come back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so the market, as I said, I've been talking about the market crashing, but I said it's going to take time because never before did we have such a confidence game where the Federal Reserve could come in and print all this money and keep buying treasuries to bring interest rates down so to make sure the tech stocks always go up. In fact, they took 6 tech stocks and tied them to the S&P 500 so that would push up the S&P 500. They had it covered. So they had a great confidence game because all they had to do, they knew there's no way were they going to be able to rally a stock market as they did for 100 years off of value stocks. They weren't going to be able to do it because we just got, whack-a-mole. I mean, in 2008, we just got wiped out. And nobody was going to step up to the plate and say, hey, I'm going to start investing. I'm going to do some business investment. I'm going to put $2 million here, $3 million. Are you kidding? Are you nuts? But they knew if they could get the market starting to rally off a confidence game, they could get everybody to come in and play in that confidence game, move this market straight up, and they could just make tons of money, and they did. But the problem with the confidence game, at the end of the day, the people who don't know they're in a confidence game, they get screwed. They're a mark. Because see, what they do is this. They'll come in, once they get you in there, and once you're playing and you're the mark, they're going to reach that point where they've convinced you. Put additional money in, like any confidence game, because you're making such a killing. Now, how do they get you to make such a killing? Remember, their job is to let you make that killing, make a lot of money, and that's what they're doing by printing and printing and printing. Get all these go buy treasuries, get the interest rates down to zero. And the stock markets, the tech stocks only had one place to do, go up. And they got everybody's confidence. But God, I can't lose. I can't. And then they tell you, buying the dip. And then the dip would go up. And once they got you, and remember, once you take the Fed Business News Network, boy, that was their job. Unbelievable. I mean, everything you heard from everything was a rocket ship. People didn't have to have, people were spending more money than they had.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? But soon, when you go out, like any scam, any confidence scheme, when you went out the mark and you got all this confidence, and the fake business news network built all this confidence, and then you go get more money. That's when people go get more money. And in this confidence game, you go to a margin account. You start borrowing money. They start borrowing money. But the funny thing about that, okay, once that market is persuaded to go out and borrow money, because it's just this market could never come down. It's always going to go up. You can't fight the Fed. They always tell you that, right? And once he's persuaded, he goes and he starts borrowing money. And when he returns and places his bets, it seems like his luck suddenly seemed to change. And his fortune. And the buy and the dips don't work anymore. And all his winnings seem to disappear. But not his margin debt. No, not his margin debt.
Whatever we were worried about, we're not worried about anymore. Powell met with Trump. Everything's fine now. So, we're still going to be fine. I'm not worried about America. I'm not worried about the direction of the country. I'm not worried about the debt.
No, he's not worried about anything. And soon the mark finds his luck is changing. Money's gone. He owes the debt. market's going down. And if he only knew how to short, so easy. Even if he just took his computer screen and flipped it upside down and pretended he was buying. Or if he was athletic and he could stand on his head on his desk and pretend he's buying instead of selling, he would have been fine. What's it take to make money when the market goes down? It's so easy. But see, they've been convinced. These poor people that Wall Street calls the mark. They don't call you clients. You're called marks behind your back. Now, today, let's take the market today. The market down 1,000 points today. And I said to my members, I'll rack it up. I said, they're going to cut this in half. The plunger team will cut it in half. Okay, now, the plunger team's coming in, and they're going to try to cut this in half. And they did. Now, how did I know that? Just like I knew, remember I said to you, this was on January 4th. So find a chart, the spiders, SPY is a symbol, look at the low of 472, and then mark down if the spiders drop back from today, from 476.62 to below 470, just below 470, then you'll see this market sell off. It did, exactly. And our members were short. They're making money on the way down. And some of our members didn't have to learn. Why? Because they joined what we call our Working Investor Program, our Pro 2 color-coded charts called the Working Investor Program, where our portfolio, every day we open the portfolio, and Steve every day goes into the portfolio and tells me exactly what to do with each stock, how to sell it short when they need to sell it short. We have people that never went to a class. And they just follow what Steve tells them. Then, after it dropped, all of a sudden they come in, and I said, okay, we got a new number. We got a new number to watch now. Well, I'm going to give you another number. If the spiders break through that low, when the plunger team came in on January 10th, which is 456.60, breaks through there and holds, this market's going to be in big trouble. And it did exactly what I said. It went through the January 10th. Remember, January 10th, the plunger team came in, just like it's doing today. The plunger team saved the day. And it rallied up. But I told everybody, stay short. Stay short. Stay short, because it's going to go back down. I said, as soon as they take out that low, look on the spiders, they take out that low around 458, it's going to go back down. And it did. That's why you got to know how to short. Now what to do? Well, I'll tell you when we get back. First, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. they've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
If you came to every Friday when I posted my YouTube channel, The Unfolding the Stock Market Crash, and you go there now, everything's archived, you'll see I was right on every one of these. Now, here's the key right now. You got to remember, in November, I warned everybody that it was over for tech stocks. Because, remember, for 14 years, for 14 years, what they've been doing, they created a confidence game. It was low rates so that they could push up tech stocks because they don't need earnings. Put it this way, they don't need profits to go up. That's why they're taking this week here, we've got all earnings. Who cares about earnings? Someone answer me. If I'm wrong, then how come in 2020 we had zero earnings in the S&P? Zero. Negative. Same thing in 2021. Negative. No earnings, no profits. Calm profits. Yet the market went up I think 20%, then 30%, but no earnings. So what the hell we need earnings for? The market went up because, why? Because of the confidence game, because they could print money, push those yields down, until the point the inflation is so bad in this country right now, you're destroying America. But people with the 1 percentile are getting so wealthy, and they're still getting wealthy. That's why you should always know how to sell a stock short. It is so easy. And if you're with us, you don't even have to come to class to understand, for God's sakes. Just go to what Steve says every day. Here, listen. Here, this is today, I think, yes.
Looking at Caterpillar, we're holding a scout long here. We're still red over yellow. Our daily's still pulling back.
And he just goes on and tells you exactly what to do. Now, how can you go wrong with that? So, that was November. We started to see that inflation over 14 years was killing our economy. It was killing us. And the economy could not take the inflation anymore from tech stocks. December comes, or January comes, all of a sudden, boom! The market drops. Boom, big time. But the plunger team came in and stopped it from a complete crash. And this is what they do. That's what the plunger team does. And they came in and they buy what they call indices. And they go in and it's kind of like, let me explain it this way, it'd be easier. It's kind of like they go in and say, okay, if the stock today is at the S&P today is like 455, they'll buy index futures and make it look like they're going to buy stocks next week at 480. So people go, oh, I got to stop shorting. I got to buy. That's why we went from going down 1,000 points today. We're only down 167 points. Under 67 points. Now, this is good because this gives us now another, remember, this is what you want. You don't want markets going straight down. You don't want them going straight down. Just like what we had here. If you take the S&P, once that S&P broke, and then she started to capitulate. Now, once she stopped that in January, I think it was January 10th. On January 4th, I said, if it breaks 470, this market's over. The plunger team came in, it broke. They came in and started to buy index futures, and on January 10th, it stopped at 456. And I said, okay, that's another. If they break below that mark, we're going to go lower. Now, today, we're down to, let me just get this for you. Today, we're down to, for some reason, I can't get this up. What are we down to today? Do you know? Okay, I think we're down to 460. But anyways, we got a third. If we go below 420, first it was before it was 470. That was the hit. If it got below that, it was going to crash. It did. Then I said the next number is going to be 456. It hit 456 and it went down. Now the new number, if it breaks below 420, we're going to go down again. Now the good thing about this is that when you have stock markets go straight down, that's not good. You want them to go down, go back up, and keep failing, testing their high. So when it drops, stops, goes up, and it can't get past the previous high. Now, the first time it went down, it can't get back to 470. When it went down to 456, tried to get back to 470, it couldn't. And then it collapsed. This time we're at 420. Now they're going to try to get back to 456. If they can't, it'll collapse again. And that creates a very strong shorting position because the more they fail each time trying to get back up, the worse it gets. Now, the other problem we have is oil. Oil's a real big problem right now. Oil is going to go over $100, okay, because of China. China's in big trouble. Remember how oil works. 60% of the oil, okay, 60% of the oil goes, or 60% of our energy is oil and gas. They get 30% of it. Don't leave much for the rest of us. And now the Biden, remember, he shut off all our drilling in Alaska. So like 90 billion barrels of oil, we should be out there drilling it And he stopped it. He wouldn't let that happen. Now that oil's gone. Now we got a real mess on our hands because China, because of their lack of oil right now, lack of oil everywhere, China, when they're manufacturing right now, they're struggling because they have electricity shortages. So they're a mess because they can't keep manufacturing. Plus, they got this COVID zero approach. So, and they remember they're trying to import oil from Africa and the Middle East and Canada, and we're out doing the same thing. Before, we didn't have to worry about any of this. But Biden put us in this mess. So now we got China has a problem because now China, remember, if China isn't doing well, none of the world does well. They've got to be doing, you want to always be cheering for China, that they're producing and manufacturing, and then the rest of the world is doing well. But when China's not doing well, we're in deep trouble. Oil is going to go a lot higher. So the only thing that you can do right now is enjoy these stock market drops. Enjoy these stock market drops because this is a beautiful drop because it's organized. It's not one of these stock markets that you wake up one morning and went down 2,000 points. This market was beautiful. It broke its 470 support. Then she went down, and they came in. The plunger team and pushed it and tried to support it right at that 456. Went up a couple of days, 3 days, then they broke that. Then it came all the way down to where it is today, where the low today is at 420.76. Now they're going to try to run that up. And when it breaks that, it just keeps going down. So the most important thing for you to do right now, okay, is to learn how to hedge these. Learn how to sell short. Try for 10 days. It's free, for God's sakes. And you don't even have to go to class. What you do is just, again, every night, you come home, open up your computer, go through our portfolio of stocks, just pick whatever one you want, and just follow the instructions that Steve gives you. And we'll give you any kind of support you need. Now, gold. Gold's going to go through the roof. You go, oh, no, it's not. Oh, really? You don't think so? When yields increase, that means investors are selling their treasuries. Then the value of treasuries drop. And when that happens, get ready to buy gold. Remember how the other day she shot up? Remember how she shot up big time? Well, it's going to happen again. And the dollar. The higher interest rates that are coming is going to make the dollar stronger because foreigners are going to come in and buy dollars to invest into high-yielding products. There's so much opportunity going on right now. This is what you want, but you got to know what you're doing. So why don't you just join our gang for 10 days and you'll sleep at night.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. you immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, now the market we were down over 1,000 points. Now we're only down 38 points. People go, oh, go ahead. Thank God that's over. No, it's not. That is massive volatility. Now, let me explain how it got back up. We have what they call the plunger team, the plunger protection team. Okay, this was done by Reagan back in the 80s. And it's a way to rig the market. If the market goes down like it did today, 1,000 points, they don't want it there, then they have a meeting with Secretary of the Treasury, he's on the team, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Chairman of the SEC, and Chairman of the Commodities Future Trading Commission. That group is called the Plunger Protection Team. They can rig the market. They go in and they scare everybody. They go in and buy index futures. So to put it simply means that all of a sudden you're in a stock and it's going down, and the stock's down at, let's say it dropped from, $100 down to 50. Now the plunger team comes in and they buy index futures. So to say, well, I'm going to buy that stock next Wednesday. My option's going to be to buy that next Wednesday at $120. I say, oh my God, I'm short. I better get out of my short. Next Wednesday, they got options on here. I got to get out. And boom, we're only down 38 points. You know what this tells you? The market is in real bad shape. That's like calling the fire and the police department to your house and oh yeah, this is bad. Look, the best way to make money in a stock market, okay, Exactly what they did. They rigged it to the upside in 2008, creating a confidence game. And behind that game was to make sure they went to tech stocks, which they took 7 of them or 6 of them and attached it to the S&P 500. And all they had to do to make them go up is real simple. Print money, buy treasuries, yields go down, tech stocks love it, and they go up. You don't need earnings. You don't need profit. Just keeps going on. This has been going on for 14 years. It was supposed to last no more than 8 months to a year because of how dangerous this is. How dangerous this is. Inflation is so dangerous. I've told you 100 times. 222 years, 46 presidents. Every one of them said their biggest threat they've seen, not war, the biggest threat is inflation. Because out of control is the biggest threat to our system of government. Do you understand what this is? When you got inflation like this, when they rig this, and so you just print, almost money's worthless. Now you got all this money chasing too few goods. Then they send everybody home. They send everybody home. They closed the country down. Told everybody, go home, don't work. We'll send you money. Then everybody's sitting there with money coming, $300 for this kid, $400 for this kid, $300 for this kid, $1,400 check to you. They'll reimburse you if you're behind on your payment in your car, you got money. You got behind on your rent, you got money. Money was piling in. And they start buying stuff online, but nobody's producing it. Everybody's sitting home getting money. Here we are today. The market now says, after 14 years, we cannot absorb inflation from tech stocks. Stop. And then they said that in November. And then December, Powell knows he's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. The confidence game is over. He's got to switch now to value stocks. Start buying GE, buy Ford, let's switch to those. But he can't do that either. He tried. Market goes up, and we saw it last week. Boom! Market collapsed. Soon as it hit $492, the S&P, it dropped like a rock. And I told you, if it was going to break through that 470, this market would collapse, and it did. And then I gave you a new number. I said if it's going to break through 456, it's going to collapse. And it did. Now we got a new number, the new 420. So this is good. This is an organized sell-off. Now the plunger team, you want them to come in and push this up. Because if a market keeps going down too much, then what happens? It's overcompensated. All of a sudden they'll take the market and they'll throw so much at the market. All of a sudden the market will go from 420, will go all the way back up to 480 in 2 days. You don't want that. They got to shake this market out. But you got to be in a position you don't care if the market's going up or the market's going down. I don't understand that. And we have a portfolio that we work every day, and you have access to it. Yeah, if you don't want to look at any of our videos, you don't want to come in any of our classes, that's fine. We go home after supper, pick out a couple stocks in my portfolio. I have my portfolio there for you. You can follow me, my portfolio, or Steve's portfolio, the Working Investor Group. Either, it doesn't matter. You pick out 2-3 stocks. And we're going to rotate you into how to sell short. It's easy. 80% of people lose money in the stock market because 1, they have too many stocks. 2, they don't know how to get out of the stocks. And 3, they don't know how to sell short. All they do is call their brokers. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Now today, the plunger team comes in. Now we're up. We went from 1,000 negative. We're now positive 75. That happened the other day, remember? I said today they're going to maybe cut it in half. They're doing better than that. But that's okay because you know they're going to do this. All right. So we got problems with China. They live on construction. They build cities. Nobody lives in them. And the companies that do that are all broke. They're all owned by the Communist Party. They're missing their payments. They're going broke. They got problems. They can't get enough oil. They can't get enough oil. They're in trouble there. And their debt. They have tremendous debt. So the way China goes, the rest of the country goes. This is one big problem. Our oil, I'm telling you, you're going to see oil go to $100. That's going to kill us. The last time in 2008, people had to make a decision between buying gasoline for their car or making their car payment. Inflation has gotten, the consequences of this is unbelievable. And this was all done in 2008. This, let's get this tech stocks running. We don't need profits. Unbelievable. Look, this is a good time. You're going, well, how can it be a good time? Because the market is going to go down. There's no way the market can't crash. Look what happened. I told you in 2018 the market was going to crash. It did. It went down 20%. I told you in 2020, February, the market was going to crash. It went down 31%. We didn't go down 31% in February 2020 because of the COVID. No. It was the trigger puller. Yeah, it pulled the trigger, but that wasn't the main reason. You know what they're saying today? The reason the market went down 1,000 points is because of the Russians over there in Ukraine. That's another bull-faced lie. Most people in this country don't even know where it is, nor do they care. The market went down today because of inflation. It's a killer. Because inflation, when they start raising rates, how are you going to raise rates? They tried that in 2013. They had to stop and go back to cutting rates. They tried it again. Yellen started in 2015. She got to 2018. Trump says, well, we'll start tapering that back too, and my tax cut will work. We don't have to worry. With my tax cut, we can absorb high interest rates. Really? It didn't work. The market dropped. Boom, 20%. In both those times, our people were set to sell short, so they're making money. Here we are this time. The market's crashing now. Do you understand? We already dropped. If you take the S&P, we dropped from a high of 480 to 420. What's that percentage? High of 480 to 420. And what's going to lead us down, that's beyond 10%. That's a full correction. That's 12%. In March of 2018, we fell 20%. So when it gets volatile like this, you want to be in a position, it doesn't matter to you. If the market's going up, you're going to make money consistently. The market goes down, you're going to make money consistently. And when you do that, all I beg you is please give some money to St. Jude, okay? This is the best place to be, is the stock market. There's no better place. And we want them to continue with these games. The market always works better with confidence games. We don't want them to become honest, because we can figure them out and make money this way. See you on the chart. Join my gang free tonight for 10 days.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.